Hello and welcome to another video. This video is aimed at students in year 8 and above who want to learn how to simplify expressions containing brackets. So a lot of students get confused because there's so many operations and we're not quite sure where to start. And that is where I come in to help you. So one thing to remember, maybe you want to make a note. This is the process that I remember with brackets. Simplify within brackets by performing BIDMAS within and then expand. This won't make sense till the next slide, so don't worry too much. If there's multiple pairs of brackets, work from the innermost brackets first. Simplify all pairs of brackets at the same time, and then move on to the rest of BIDMAS. So brackets is the B part of BIDMAS. So you want to start here when simplifying expressions or trying to evaluate an expression. Just a little recap on how we add and subtract integers and multiply and divide integers. Maybe you want to remind yourself of how we do that. Maybe pause this and have a look. So -1 plus -3, you would circle, you keep the first number the same, circle this pair of signs that are next to each other, and then choose whether to add or subtract based on these little boxes here. Different signs means subtract, so that's why we've chosen takeaway there. When we're adding and subtracting integers, we always use a number line. Whereas multiplying and dividing integers I find a little bit easier. So say if we're doing -4 times 10, you multiply these numbers first. Just without the negatives, ignore them for now. So I'd get 40, and then you choose the sign at the end. So there's a little invisible positive sign there. Different signs, negative. So that's why -4 times 10 gives -40. Okay, our first bracketed expression. -8 divided by 2, take away -2. So there's lots of different signs here. I'm just going to write in the corner BIDMAS. And I always separate them like that. So brackets. We simplify within brackets. And then expand. I always just make a note of that. First thing. So let's simplify within. -8. So we're just keeping the rest the same. So remember this adding, when we're adding two numbers, or when we're adding and subtracting integers, had a mind blank there, the signs are the same, means add. So I'm just going to rewrite that and make my life a little bit simpler. -8 divided by 2 plus 2. So I've simplified within. Now I haven't actually simplified within. Let's simplify within the brackets further. -8 divided by 2 plus 2 is 4. And then on the next line, negative divided by a positive. Multiplying and dividing integers, different signs gives me a negative answer. So 8 divided by 4 is 2, and I know a negative divided by a positive is negative. Takes a little bit to get your head around, but we'll just keep practicing. Next one. Using BIDMAS again. I write down BIDMAS and then I make a note to myself. What does the B part mean? It means brackets. Simplify within the brackets. Let's do it. So let's just ignore the rest of it or just keep it the same. And we can see that inside the brackets, we've got 7 take -4. We need to keep the first number the same and decide on an operation. So same signs means add. Same signs next to each other means add. And then just keep on simplifying within those brackets. Keep the rest the same. 7 plus 4 is 11. And now we can move on to division. So I've covered the bracket bit. There's no indices. We move on to division. Sorry, with multiplying and dividing integers, we ignore the signs and simply multiply or divide, and we decide on the sign at the end. Okay, ignore the signs. 55 divided by 11, or 11 times what gives me 55? 11 times 5. Different signs. Okay, different signs means negative. Next one. Maybe I'll take this over. This is just to save me writing this down all the time, this little process up the top. I might just rub that out. We can see that this term has a lot of brackets, but no fear. What we do, we evaluate both pairs of brackets at the same time. I'm going to show you how we do that. We simplify within both pairs of brackets at the same time. So -2 plus 1. Let's just write it, because there's a hell of a lot of brackets here. So let's write it without it. -2 plus 1. First number stays the same, and we're adding 1. 8 take -3. First number stays the same. Circle your two signs next to each other. Signs the same means add. So see how we're simplifying within both pairs of brackets on the same line. Then let's keep simplifying within. -2 plus 1. If I draw a little number line here, we can see if we start at -2, getting more positive, plus 1 will get us to -1. And keep on simplifying. So we've got the times there. 8 plus 3 is 11. And we need to evaluate, which means get a single value for. So we've got to keep simplifying. And we know with multiplying and dividing integers, ignore the signs at the start. So just do 1 times 11 is 11, and then put in your sign. Negative times a positive, or different signs, gives me negative. Let's do this. Another one. So maybe what I'll do is I'll cover that up for a bit, just because it gets a little bit overwhelming. Okay, lots of operation signs. No fear, I have my BIDMAS strategy to keep me on track. B means simplify within the brackets, within any pairs of brackets. So I can see a pair of brackets here and a pair of brackets here. -6, take 4. So taking away 4, we're getting more negative. If that makes sense. On the number line, -6, take 4, going that way, -10. Divide. Now, so we're multiplying and dividing integers here. Just write down the answer straight away to the numbers. So I'm going to ignore the signs. 50 divide 10. Or 10 times what gives me 50? 10 times 5. Then look at the signs. Different signs means we'll get a negative answer. Positive divided by a negative is negative. And keep going. So if it helps, you can keep the brackets there. Not sure if it helps. Now we are multiplying and dividing numbers. So just look, ignore the signs for now. 10 divide 5 is 2. Same signs means our answer will be positive. Negative divided by negative is a positive. No need to put a sign. Keep working through it. Okay. Lots of different, we've got multiplication, we've got subtraction, we've got brackets. BIDMAS will keep us on track. Okay. Brackets means simplify within. Let's do it. I can see all of these brackets here. And there's actually multiple operations within the brackets. So we're going to perform BIDMAS within these brackets too. Not to confuse you too much. So keep this all the same. And we're actually going to perform BIDMAS in here because there's multiple operations within the brackets. Now, B. Okay, that's fine. There's brackets. We know that. And I can't see any little numbers, no indices. I can't see any division, but I can see multiplication within this bracket. So that means I've got to do that first over division, over subtraction here. So I'm going to do that bit first. And remember to take that sign out the front. So it's actually a little bit of a trickier problem. Now, multiplying integers, ignore the signs for now and just do the operation. 7 2s are 14. And then we've got the same signs, which means we'll have a positive answer. And then you've got your little 8 there. So condensing with each line. And we've made it a lot simpler already. Okay, so now looking just at this, I can see there's brackets and I need to simplify it within. Now, 8 plus 14, I shouldn't need a calculator for that, but here I am, 22. And now we're just down to that, and we're looking good. And we know our rules for multiplying and dividing integers. 2 times 22, just do it without the sign, so 44, negative times a positive, well, different signs will give me a negative number. So this simplifies to negative 44. And let's check out this one. And I'm going to cover up the top bit because I know it gets hectic sometimes to look up. Again, lots of operations here, but I use BIDMAS to keep me on track. So B brackets comes first. Let's simplify within these brackets as much as we can. Okay. Now, again, there's multiple operations inside this bracket. So I have to actually perform BIDMAS all over again inside the brackets. So the B part of BIDMAS means simplify within and expand the brackets. So let's expand these brackets. So what have we got? We're adding or subtracting integers, right? And I just realized I made a little bit of a mistake. We're not going to be doing that part first. We're using BIDMAS, right? So brackets, indices, division, multiplication. So see how this is being multiplied? Hang on, let's do this. This is being multiplied here. So that's going to come first, which will also help us expand those brackets within. I'm just focusing on this bit. Okay, just focusing on there. Now, negative 2 times 2. So I'm just going to do it. 2 times 2 is 4. Negative times a positive is a negative. Okay, so I keep that there. And what else will we have? We'll have negative 4 there. And we will have our 3 takeaway symbol here. Divide by 7. Now, what do we do? So that condensed to that. We've got our takeaway sign there. Looks good. Where are we now? 3 plus. So now we're further simplifying within the brackets. Coming back to this 3 plus 4, because those signs are the same, which means a plus. And then we've got further simplifying. In the brackets, 3 plus 4 is 7. And just write down that 7 automatically. 7 lollies divided amongst 7 people would give 1 lolly each. And yeah, this is a little summary of what we did. So brackets, simplify within brackets by performing BIDMAS, then expand. I might just remove that bit. By performing BIDMAS within. If there's multiple pairs of brackets, work from the innermost brackets and simplify all pairs of brackets at the same time, and then just move on to there. And what I will say, I will also say perform BIDMAS within, again, within brackets. If multiple operations. Okay, hopefully that helped. I got a little bit confused on that last one. So maybe you want to check it out. There's lots of signs. But you just use BIDMAS to guide you. And let me know if you have any questions. See you later.